Oh, oh, they show a lot. Holy! Welcome back, super friends and super family. I am Thor, your friendly neighborhood god of thunder, and today I'm reacting to Ridley Scott's Alien. I have seen Aliens, and I'm a huge fan of that film, but I'm pretty sure I know how it ends just based off what I know from pop culture and from Aliens, and I do know there's a very iconic, famous kind of shocking scene. But Ridley Scott, I mean, I have a newfound appreciation for the director. I mean, I watched Gladiator a couple months back again as an adult. It gave me a real appreciation for how Ridley Scott was directing the movie, beyond just how badass and awesome that film is. Just seeing the beauty of his cinematography, the way he used the camera to tell the story really impressed me. And I had a very similar feeling with Blade Runner, which I just watched recently for the first time and reacted to as well. Funny thing about Blade Runner, I actually think the directing and the soundtrack was my favorite aspect of the film. The story and the ideas as well, like the philosophy, the questions about human nature, about memory. I found those fascinating, and I found myself thinking about that film a lot. In a weird way, I actually think the least interesting thing about Blade Runner was the story itself. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but almost every single shot of that film was beautiful and just so well put together. So Alien, going into this, I'm of course very excited. I'm sure there's a lot of things about the history of cinema and how this movie was made, for example, or what this movie did when it came out in theaters, that anyone who knows that, please feel free to let me know in the comments, because I am very curious. That type of film history is really interesting. And anyone who went into this movie in the theaters back in the day, I'm so envious of people who were able to experience this movie not having seen this creature, not knowing what to expect from this movie. Please feel free to share any of your experiences or thoughts about the history, any of your knowledge about this film. Very interested. As always, if you want to see my full unedited reaction to this film and all my movies, those are all available on Patreon. And if you want to see my reaction to Aliens, which like I said, I've seen before, but I will be rewatching for the first time in years and kind of going back, seeing if I can appreciate aspects of the story, giving my thoughts and analysis. If you want to see that, that's also going to be up on Patreon right now for early access. Thank you to everyone who is generous, able to help out there. That does help the channel and helps me out in a very significant way. And I'm going to stop talking now. Let's just get into it. Ridley Scott's Alien. I've heard that this movie is much more like a horror film as opposed to the action-centered Aliens. And that to me is very intriguing. Like, I just think that approach to a sci-fi movie and to an otherworldly species is really cool as a concept. I'm curious like how many horror movie tropes I'm gonna see in this film. We got the title card fading in nice and slow. It's almost feeling deceptively peaceful. I know what you're trying to do, trying to lower my guard, get me comfortable, make me think that space is a peaceful place. Come on, I'm not falling for that. 7 people. That's not a very big crew. That's pretty small. I'm assuming everyone's in cryosleep. Is that what it's called in the Alien universe, cryosleep? I wonder if anyone used that technology just to prevent aging. Hopefully none of them were having a nightmare during cryosleep. Can you imagine? Like years worth of bad dreams? Yeah, you need a seriously strong cup of coffee after I don't even know how many days or weeks they've been asleep. There she is. There's our girl Ripley.
Oh, I feel dead. Anybody ever tell you look dead, man? Finish my coffee. It's the only thing good on the ship.
All right, so bad food. You know, the ship reminds me a little bit of like Matrix. Obviously, this one came first. These guys are kind of rough and tough, blue collar. A little bit like the characters from The Thing, almost. All right, what are the higher-ups going to be wanting now? What does corporate have to say? I'm assuming that's who he's talking to.
Where's Earth?
You should know.
That's not good. What happened? Did they get lost while they were all sleeping? Did they steer off course somehow?
Mother's interrupted the course of our journey.
Why?
Yeah. She's programmed to do that should certain conditions arise.
So his mother, I'm assuming that's a computer program like running the ship.
I hate to bring this up, But this is a commercial ship, not a rescue ship.
So I want my full bonus. I want my full bonus if we're going to rescue somebody.
Any systematized transmission indicating a possible intelligent origin must be investigated.
I don't want to hear
We
it.
don't know that's intelligent.
I want to go home and party.
Parker, will you just listen to the man?
It's interesting seeing how much tension there is between the crew here. This is not setting them up for a good response to conflict. But I like it. It feels very working class and it feels very realistic.
All right, initial damping's going off. Hold on, people. There's going to be a little bump.
Okay, hopefully they have a smooth landing. Everyone strap your seatbelts. Jeez, people. They were so close to the ground. Oh, well, we're off to a good start, even before we meet alien life here.
What?
This is 17 hours.
Dang, almost a full day.
25 hours.
At least 25 hours? Okay.
I'll volunteer to be in the first group to go out.
Yeah, that figures.
All right, there we go. One volunteer.
You too, Lambert.
That was quite the volunteer from her. It's like, I saw your hand raised as you were smoking that cigarette. I feel like I know this actor from something. I don't know what. Dang. It's gotta be so hard to see anything, like in this type of a planet.
I can't see a goddamn thing.
See, exactly. Hope you guys brought some big flashlights.
You're guaranteed by law to get a share.
What?
Why don't you just fuck off?
Yeah,
If you have any trouble, I'll be on the bridge.
don't try to mess with Ripley, okay?
Can't see a goddamn thing.
Quit griping.
I like griping.
Okay, I like her. I wonder where they shot. Like, what location did they shoot this movie? Was it in a desert somewhere?
I've never seen anything like it.
I mean, that's a huge spacecraft. Is it not from Earth or something? That almost looks like the same ship from... I haven't seen Prometheus, but I know in the trailer of Prometheus, there's a giant ship like dropping down at some point. It looks like it. Is there any chance like that's an alien spacecraft? I don't think the xenomorphs fly things.
Dallas.
There's just such a sense of uneasiness and something about to go terribly wrong between the weather, the atmosphere, all the communication, like being ineffective, no service. What are you looking at, man? What does he see? Doesn't that almost look like a giant skeleton, like built into that?
Alien life form. Looks like it's been dead a long time. Fossilized.
Wait, that's an actual creature right there? What the heck? So it is like a skeleton.
Let's get the hell out of here.
That's some good advice.
Look like an SOS.
What is it then?
Well, it looks like a warning.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Time it takes to get there, they'll know if it's a warning or not, yes?
Yeah, but if it's a warning, they could be in serious trouble. Come on, you got to respond like appropriately here. I mean, what a horrible thing to mess up. An SOS or a warning. Those are complete opposite, responses.
You okay down there?
Define okay.
I don't know, but it's like the goddamn tropics in here.
Dang, this thing is huge.
Full of leathery objects like eggs or something.
Yeah, that's the warning sign, when you discover all the eggs.
You all right? No, I'm okay. All right.
Not for very long. You will not be okay for long.
Appears to be completely sealed.
Why would you touch it, man? What are you doing? You could definitely see something moving in there.
Organic life.
Okay, take a picture and get out of there. Did it sense like a life form nearby? Is that why it hatched? Or is this just bad timing? Or is it because he touched it? We just cut away to the outside of the ship. That was so sudden, too. I love the design of that ship. It's so cool looking and it's just so massive.
Open the hatch.
Wait a minute. If we let it in, the ship could be infected.
Yes, yes, someone is thinking. Someone is thinking.
You open the goddamn hatch. We have to get him inside.
No.
I can't do that.
Dang, good for Ripley. She's using her head. See, she's always been smart and resourceful.
The answer is negative.
They're going to be so pissed at her when they get in. I don't know if I want to see what he looks like with that thing on his face. Oh. It's crazy how real it looks. Like, it literally looks like a living, disgusting creature. Who did the creature design for the aliens and the xenomorphs? Like, how did they come up with these things? What could you do to get that thing off?
Oh, we gotta get it off him.
Just a minute, just a minute.
Yeah, because I'm more interested in the alien than in keeping a man alive.
I'm willing to take that chance. Let's cut it off him now.
You take the responsibility.
Yes, I'll take the responsibility.
I think that's the right call. I mean, I would just be assuming that that thing is not keeping him alive for a good purpose, so you might as well risk taking it off him somehow. The first acid blood. I mean, what a great survival trait, having acid blood. Like, that makes it so costly to injure a creature.
Shedding his cells and replacing them with polarized silica gives him a prolonged resistance to adverse environmental.
Yeah, these things are just built to survive and not be destroyed.
You let him in.
I was obeying a direct order, remember?
Uh-huh. You weren't following protocol.
I'm senior officer.
Oh, yes, I forgot.
You forgot, really. Don't give me that excuse. Okay, where did it go now? Close the door quick, don't let that thing escape. Yeah, I'd be looking on the ceiling too. Somebody turn all the lights on. It's a great camera angle to shoot this kind of like wider shot. It's just not moving. It's like has my eyes like scanning all around the room trying to find where this thing went. Dude, this is like when, you know, I used to have a pet snake and it escaped from its cage one time. We had to look around the house. This is like that, except much worse.
Kane?
Oh, look behind you, Ripley!
You okay?
It is so nasty looking seeing up close like that.
Ash, are you kidding? This thing bled acid. Who knows what it's gonna do when it's dead?
Yes, some common sense. Ripley just spits common sense nonstop. It's amazing.
I just want you to listen. Will you listen to... Just tell me how you can leave that kind of decision.
Yeah, come on, take some responsibility.
We're blind on B and C decks. The reserve power system's
Oh, no, that's a bunch of horseshit. We can take off without that.
Okay, this guy is an idiot. He's like one of those managers at some place that has the level of authority, but doesn't have the personality or the character to be an actual leader.
You can always get to the doctor when we get back home.
Right.
Whenever he says anything, you say right, Brett. You know that?
He's a yes man.
Just give me the short version. How far to Earth?
10 minutes.
Dang, that is so long.
Has his condition changed?
It's simpler if you just come and see him.
It's simpler if you just say what's going on, bro. What about the quarantine, you guys? Come on, people.
You choke?
What's wrong?
Oh. Oh. Oh, they show a lot. That idiot, why'd you say don't touch it? Just because he didn't want them to hurt it? That might have been their best shot at killing it when it was that small. Okay, now they have to start looking for it, right? That's gotta be priority number one. Problem is the ship is so big and they were all just so shocked, like no one closed the doors to like lock it in the room or something.
2 teams. Ash, Lambert, and I. Ripley, you take Parker and Brad.
Okay, at least they're not splitting up like individually. Aren't there more lights for the ship? Like, it's gotta be so hard looking for this thing when it's so dark. I mean, the way people are behaving feels very realistic to me. Like, it really feels like how a crew would be searching for this thing. Is it really? Or is it gonna be the cat? Watch, it's gonna be the cat, I swear. I knew it.
We had to bag it, man. Now we might pick it up on the track again.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point.
All right, you get him, we'll go on.
No, 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 no. Now that's a mistake. Splitting up like this.
Jonesy? Hey, Jonesy.
He's gonna hear something. He's gonna think it's the cat, and it's gonna be something else. It is way, way too quiet. It's like a snake skin. It's a cool POV shot there. Okay. It is so, it's like full size now. Oh wow, he doesn't even see it. Dang, right back to silence.
You want Brett alive? What? Could Brett be alive?
No.
I mean, it's a valid question, not knowing anything about the alien, but Ripley is right. Like, it's very unlikely.
Who gets to go into the vent?
I do.
Dang, just volunteering like that, Ripley? Great, the computer's no help. Thanks a lot, Mother. Can it calculate that? That's a cool way, though, to show the captain's mindset here. Why isn't someone going with him, though? I feel like he needs a backup. Oh, I would hate to be in this situation. It's so claustrophobic.
Ripley,
Yes.
close all the hatches behind me. I'm moving on.
I do have to give this captain some respect. Like, it takes some bravery to do this.
Look around. Are you sure that it's not there? I mean, it's got to be around there somewhere.
Great is probably like right next to him.
Dallas, are you sure there is no sign of it? I mean, it is there.
Look above you. Look all around, man. Look up, dude. Look up. Come on. Haven't you watched a scary movie before?
Move! Get out of there! Why did you move? Dad! Move, Dad!
Holy.
Proceed with Dallas's plan.
What? And then don't blame the others? Oh, no, you're out of your mind.
She's the Hudson of the group. What? It literally says the crew is expendable? Oh my gosh, and he's right there. You need to get a weapon, Ripley. Don't trust this guy. I mean, at this point, I say lock him up and you could pretty much kill him. It's like you cannot afford to have someone watching your back who now you have to watch as an additional threat.
Ash, open the door.
Crew expendable. He's not going to listen to any of your orders now.
Hi, Ash.
Okay, where's the alien when you need it? Come on, tell me it's gonna be here and it's gonna take out Ash. What the heck are you gonna do? Oh my gosh, seriously? He's full on gonna try to murder her. Somebody kill this freak. Oh. Oh, that is so nasty. Why do they have to design the robots with that nasty white blood like that? I mean, that thing is freaky. Get the flamethrower, burn it. That is, how did they even do that with his head like that? This reminds me of The Thing, like the prosthetics. I don't know which movie came out first, actually, this or The Thing. I mean, this is just freaky and disgusting.
Damn company. What about our lives, you son of a bitch?
They don't care.
Still don't understand what you're dealing with, do you?
How does he know what he's dealing with, though?
Organism. Its structural perfection is matched only by its hostility.
Funny how those traits go hand in hand.
Survivor. Unclouded by conscience.
Yeah, just like you. You weren't clouded by morality.
You have my sympathies.
Oh, you little...
We're gonna blow up the ship.
That's such a freaky scene, though, seeing him with his head like detached from his body and him talking. You know, he for a robot, he really feels like he has like a nasty, evil personality. I hope he's dead. There's better not be a chance. Okay, good. Good. I like this guy. Burn that up. We don't want him coming back.
We ain't out of here in 10 minutes. We won't need no rocket to fly through space.
Jeez. It's like, you dumb cat, don't scare me, I'm trying to save you. Is that it? Come on, you guys. Come on. Just jump down or something. Just shoot it, it's gonna kill her. Come on, Ripley, hurry. Oh. I mean, it is so ominous just hearing them scream out as Ripley is rushing, but she's like far away and you can't even see everything that's happening. Did it get both of them? Dang, we're down to Ripley already? I mean, how absolutely terrifying would it be to be alone in a situation like this? I mean, already it's terrifying being stuck with an alien creature hunting you down, but to be by yourself in the middle of nowhere in space?
The option to override automatic detonation.
This is an amazing lighting setup. Shoot it, Ripley. So she's got to shut it off, right? Because it's in the shuttle, I'm assuming? Oh, great. She's got to learn how to do it. Oh, there's no way I would make this. There is no way. Try reading an instruction manual under that kind of pressure. Dang, she didn't get it. Dang, I thought she was going to get it right at the last second. I've definitely screamed at inanimate objects like that before. I mean, that is just so cool. Like, framing Ripley's panicked survival face in these flashing, like, emergency lights while wielding a flamethrower. It does not get cooler for setting up a shot than that. Look up. Always watch the ceiling, Ripley. Where is it gonna be?
You now have 1 minute to abandon.
Man, that mother's voice is so annoying.
26, 25, 10,
Better hope you get far enough away from the ship when it blows up.
2, 1.
Jeez. They've got a powerful self-destruct button. That just obliterated that ship. It's like, goodbye, Death Star. Jeez. When's she gonna realize that she's not alone? Look at how much sweat is on her face. Like, the amount of anxiety she just went through, barely getting off in time. Can't imagine how much adrenaline was rushing through her. I mean, if the xenomorph really wanted to play it safe and not take any risk at all, it would just wait until Ripley went into cryo sleep and then kill her then. Is she gonna have to take on the alien in her PJs? Right when she gets comfortable, that's when it's gonna show up. Oh my gosh, it was all right there. That was its head? I think this might be the point where I just gave up. I don't know if I could handle it at this point. I cannot get over how chillingly quiet it is. Don't make noise, Ripley. It's like the worst situation. You have to move fast, but you have to be so quiet too. Okay, so she's strapping herself in because she's about to open up to space, right? Oh, it's holding on, really? This thing is just unbelievably resilient.
Officer reporting. The other members of the crew.
All were murdered by crazy alien. Good luck not having nightmares after surviving through that. All right, so that is the movie Alien. Man, what a detailed, atmospheric, intricate space horror film. Very, very impressed with the movie overall. I think there's just some obvious praise about the film, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about things like how amazing Sigourney Weaver is, how great the design of the xenomorph is. Some little details that I really, really appreciated was the amount of time that was spent without music. For a film that's really setting this feeling of tension and suspense and horror, plenty of the scenes where they're looking for the alien and walking through the ship, that there were no noises except the ambient sounds of the ship. And a lot of the lighting as well was coming from like the alarms at the end or the flashing lights that helped make the movie feel very grounded. I feel like some horror films lean towards building up the suspenseful music. I feel like this movie really embraced the philosophy of less is more, and combined that with the dialogue and the interaction with the characters. It added just a real level of realism. Like I feel like this whole scenario played out in an oddly believable way, like for a sci-fi movie. Like just having the different characters. That was something I really appreciated. Like how each and every one of the characters, they felt like real people. And part of what made them feel real was kind of their gruff attitudes, their distinct personalities, and the way that they interacted with each other. It reminded me of jobs that I've had in real life. And that added a lot to the danger. Also, the way that people reacted under pressure, the way that people weren't getting along right away. Not everyone was being like these brave heroes. Even Ripley in her badass survival mode, she was so terrified of the alien and horrified, and just, the moments of frustration where she's screaming at the mothership because it's self-destructing and she's trying to stop it. Or just the expressions of pure terror on her face, even as she's taking this on. We don't have these glorious dressed up hero moments from Ripley. It really feels like survival. Ash, playing the AI character, was, I think, perfectly cast. He really came across in the very beginning like this company man, a little bit untrustworthy, and then at the end when you see his turn, really playing like this creepy looking AI. And I love the interrogation scene where they're talking to him with his head separated from his body, and he's covered in that white blood of the robots. Like that's a scene in a horror movie. That's a creepy thing. And his last words being, basically mocking them and their chances of survival. That was another thing too. I just felt the whole film, something that Ridley Scott really nailed. There was almost this sense of dread and inevitable doom for everybody, like almost from the outset. Like having, known things about this movie, I knew Ripley was going to survive. But I feel like if I was watching this as an audience member for the first time in the theaters, I wouldn't have that confidence that just because she's the protagonist, she's going to make it through at the end. I think that there was just something, these aren't soldiers. These aren't like the Marines that we see in Aliens. These are just normal, crew members trying to survive. And just as they slowly started getting picked off one by one, I just felt like there was this this sense that they were all doomed, that they were going to struggle, they were going to squirm, they're going to try to do their best as humans to stand up against this xenomorph, but they just weren't up to the task. And I really credit that movie for making the suspense more powerful in each and every scene because of that just overall sense that they were stuck and that there was no way out. But yeah, I really, really like this movie. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I finally got around to watching this film. And like I mentioned at the beginning, you know, please, anyone who wants to fill me in on just practical behind the scenes about this movie or the history or its impact when it first came out in the cinema, I would love to know. And anyone who was fortunate enough to watch this movie in the theaters or just watch it not knowing anything about it, you know, when it was fresh, when we didn't have this concept of the alien xenomorph hunting down crew members stuck in a ship, when that was all, you know, an original thing about this film. I would love to hear your thoughts about it. But as always, thank you to everyone for your support, for liking, commenting here on YouTube. Thank you for everyone who helps out on Patreon. And like I said, if you want to see my commentary and analysis on Aliens, I will be watching that. That'll be coming out next week here on YouTube. And if you want me to watch Prometheus or any of the other Alien sequels, let me know. I haven't seen any of them. I haven't seen Alien 3. I haven't seen Prometheus, or I think Alien Covenant is the most recent one. But I've heard mixed reviews about fans of the Alien franchise about those films. But let me know if you'd be interested in me seeing that. I am kind of intrigued a little bit about Prometheus because I'm pretty sure that that ship that we saw where we discovered the xenomorph is the same one in Prometheus. It looks like a very similar design. So I would love to know the backstory of that and of what creature that was we saw in the skeleton. But let me know if you would like me to continue watching that or if you'd like me to do any other sci-fi things. And as always, remember, be active, be mindful, and be a hero.